Hey, what's going on, guys? Wide Gaming back again with some more Survive the Nights. And today we're just going to have a very quick video. We are going over fortifying your base at the start of the game. Now this method is very basic and it's going to help the new players, and there might even be a few tricks for the old returning players in here. If it helps, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more Survive the Nights to come. We also stream Survive the Nights on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Twitch is down below. Go check that out. Now today we're just going over a simple way using worn planks and normal planks. Everything that you can get within the first day/2 days of being in a server. There's no funky stuff. There's nothing hard. It'll keep the zombies out of your base and it'll deter players from raiding you. Let's jump in and I'll show you how to do it. So, as this is a basic version of how to fortify a base, you're only going to need a few simple things. A screwdriver or a battery drill, which can be found in houses and hardware stores, among a few other locations. Nails, screws, can be found pretty much everywhere and anywhere. For the best bet of full boxes though, head for the hardware stores. And a lock kit. Best bet again for that one is a hardware store, but you can pretty much find them in houses. They just have a better chance of spawning in hardware stores. An axe, which you've probably come across about 50 of them by now. They weigh so much, and they're bloody everywhere. And either a plank or a worn plank. Now, all of this can be found really easily, and is fairly starter stuff. Now, it's up to you what planks you want to use. You can use worn planks or bigger planks. If you're using worn planks, you do not need the axe. If you're going for the full planks, which have a higher value, you're going to need the axe because you'll be needing to chop down some trees for them. Now, if you cannot find a lock kit, there are alternatives to that. That is 5 scrap metal and a pair of pliers. Now, pliers can be quite hard to come by, so you'll more than likely end up finding a lock kit before you find pliers. And if you've got these items, you can make yourselves a DIY lock kit. Now, the numbers aren't as good as the standard lock kits, but it does the job to keep the zombies out of your home. Now, you'll be able to make a hasp staple for 2 scrap metal and a combination lock for 2 scrap metal. And then when you make the lock kit, which is this part here, that's an additional 1. So 5 scrap metal and a pair of pliers will make you the DIY lock kit. Now, to reinforce a structure, it's easy. It's simple. Those tools that I've just shown you, you just got to use them. The best way to do it is to barricade each window, place a lock kit on each external door, including the garage door. So for a house this size, which is pretty much one of the biggest houses that you can get in the game, you're going to need 3 lock kits and a minimum of 6 planks. And that'll stop the zombies. That won't stop players, depending on your server. If you're on a PvP server, then more than likely the rules are there are no rules, and people will rob and raid your ass. But if you're on a PvE server, they are all different. Some of them allow base raiding, some of them allow sort of not so much raiding, but you can still destroy their structures, and others allow absolutely nothing, don't touch anyone else's shit. So always check the server rules before you pick the server you want to be in, because if you don't want to get robbed, then you've got to be pretty careful. Or barricade up to the nuts. But today we're not going to do that. We're just going to go over the basics, and let's get some of these boards out, shall we? So we're going to use our hammer to start with. Equip your hammer, really simple. There are a variety of reinforcements that you can use, but as we're just doing basics, we're going to use the worn plank and the normal planks. Now you can use your hammer and nails. This is the slowest method, and you will get 3 points, should we say, to the strength per hit. Now you can use the screwdriver, which is a little bit faster, but you still get the 3 points. Now with the worn planks you can only go up to 20, but you can do that on every single plank that you put on this. You can get 7 to 8, depending on how hard you really squeeze them. and you can place them on both sides. Then finally for the drill, which is the best and fastest method, but it does need to be topped up with AA batteries. And you get 10 per sort of hit with that one. And that is 3 planks there. Now boarding up your windows is simple. We're going to use warm planks for this one window, and then we will move on to other planks just to show you the wear values. Now you can place multiple planks on each window and on varying sides. So it's get your hammer out or your screwdriver, or your battery drill. Now when using the hammer, you will use nails, and you will use 3 at a time, up until it hits 20, because that is the strongest the worn plank will go. And then as you're using your screwdriver, you will use screws. Once again, 3 at a time. It's a little bit faster than the hammer, up until 20. And then if you use your battery drill, it will go up by 10. You will also use screws. Now you can have 7 to 8 boards on each side of a building. So if you're using the warm planks, there's 20 stack. That is a lot just for basic little bits of wood that you can find outside. And it really helps keep those zombies out of your home. So you can get a maximum of 16 planks on each sort of window. Now if you're using the warm planks, that is 320 for the strength. Now the zombies on a horde night can still get through that. You'll be safe till sort of horde 3 or 4. But the best way, really, if you're going up against hordes, and this isn't just to keep things out, is to leave out this plank and this plank here, and it gives you something to shoot out of. Obviously at the cost of losing that tiny bit of defense. Now then, if you want to be really posh and get the big boy logs, just head out with your axe, chop down some trees. Now, it's really simple. You just got to chop down as many as you possibly can, and you will get wooden planks. At first, it will fall down like so. And then just hit it a little bit more whilst it's on the ground. Now these are very heavy, so make sure you've got a nice empty inventory when you're farming logs, because it takes a while. And then as you head over to your craft, type in plank, and you will be able to craft 5 planks. Now if you've got a draw knife, you'll be able to craft 8. So it's 100% worth getting a draw knife, because that is one side of the window. Now you will be able to get 5, sometimes more than likely 4 of the big logs from each tree you chop down. So placing the posh boys is exactly the same as placing the warm planks. Put them in the desired location, and bish, bash, bosh. Done. Once again, if you're fighting the horde from the location, leave yourself a little gap to shoot out of. Oh. It can take a while to get used to, but once you've got the hang of it, it is easy. Use the scroll wheel to turn things, and just place. There we go. And just to save on resources, try as often as you can to use nails on the planks rather than the screws, just because obviously you need a lot more screws on the lock kits than you do on the windows, and you can't use nails on the lock kits. So use all your nails up first, and then head over to the screws. Now once you've finished, it should look like that if you've gone for the full board. Remember, if you're fighting a horde out of it, leave a little gap, just helps you to shoot through. Now with these are 40 strength per piece of timber. Now you can fit 9 on either side if you really push it. Don't think that that little bit at the top doesn't matter, because the zombies won't come through if that bit's there. So get rid of that, and then once you've got them all at top, you will have 560 on the left hand side with a little gap, because you can only put 14 there, and 720 if you go with the full board. So that's a decent amount. And then your lock kits, bish bash bosh. So placing your locks are simple. Get your drill out, head over to the door, and it will place the lock for you. The little green flash will show up, and then you just hold to interact, and it'll lock it. Now these go all the way up to 400. I would 100% recommend using the drill. Using the screwdriver takes a very long time. The drill is quite lengthy, but the screwdriver, you're going to be here forever. Now, all you need to do is place one of these on every external door in your building, and make sure it's locked. Now, the DIY lock kits only go up to 100, so they are not as strong, but they will still keep the zombies out whilst you're offline. On a horde night, they will eat through that pretty quick, so definitely worth upgrading to the higher locks as soon as you possibly can. You can remove lock kits by pressing the reset button and then remove, and that'll take it off the door for you. That goes the same for any chests or anything else you've got them on, providing you've got the right password. Now, if you don't want to go all out and fill all the windows up, there's an even simpler way you can do it. Like this. Now, this won't help you on a horde night or really do much against players. It won't really deter them, because if they've got a fire axe, they're getting through there in 3 hits. So you can just leave one board on like that, maybe even like that, or like that. Now, providing you've got your lock kit on each door, every window on the bottom floor barred, you can log off safely. And then when you come back in, your house will be empty. Now, we'll log off quick, and then we'll log back in. And as soon as we log back in, there'll be no zombies, which is great. Now, normally they will respawn because there's no one near my location, so they can come back pretty quick. We'll just load back in, and we will have a nice empty home. It just gives you that little bit of peace of mind that when you load in, you're not getting absolutely battered and having loads of zombies coming at you and chopping your head off and trying to eat you the second you start the game. So it works well. Easy to build it, especially if you're just using the warm planks. Bish bash bosh. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you very soon with some more. Peace.